And 10 years ago, 2015, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Barack Obama was president. I could be wrong. Shout out to former President Barack Obama. And former First Lady Michelle Obama. Here we go.
All right, give us the deal, Devin. Who is actually asking the justices to overturn this?
Well, in recent years, Kira, we've been waiting for a case like this as some of the sentiment in the country has started to shift a little bit, softened rather, against same-sex marriage. There's been a lot of talk about whether the justices would get a chance to reconsider the case. And as you said there, they are getting that opportunity next month. We've learned that Kim Davis, she's that Kentucky clerk from back in 2015 that was at the center of international controversy when she refused to issue marriage licenses to a gay couple in Kentucky in defiance of the Supreme Court. She spent 6 days in jail. She lost a defamation suit. She had to pay $100,000 in damages, $260,000 in legal fees. That's what she's appealing to the Supreme Court. But it's the first time, Kira, that anyone has technically asked the justices explicitly to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, which was that landmark ruling. And she does.
Okay, so they literally just misled us with this whole thing. Okay, so basically it was a lady, I guess, who had a case. It was a judge who had a case, and she had to pay some restitution to somebody. And because of that, now they're trying to overturn it for the first time. And if they overturn it, what happens is history goes down. And when history goes down, it sets precedents for new cases, because this case that they overturn, they can use against other cases as well in certain instances. Here we go.
It's just that. Her counsel in this petition, which was filed last week, says that decision was egregiously wrong. And if that sounds familiar, that's the same type of argument that was made by opponents of abortion when they sought to overturn Roe versus Wade just a few years ago. So,
of course, 10 years after the Supreme Court.
Just trying to educate you guys. I know what it is. Let me see. Any more Law and Orders? We have 2 more Law and Orders of Blac and Adam. Did y'all hear what I said? I said we had two more Law and Orders with Blac and Adam. Who the hell is that?
But what the hell?
Here we go. We got President Donald Trump. Shout out to Code 47. Code 47 has ordered the National Guard to Washington, D.C. and take over of the city's policies to crack down on crime. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to make it bigger so I can read it. All right. So President Donald Trump has ordered the National Guard to Washington, D.C. He said Monday that he was taking federal control of the police department of Washington, D.C. and deploying 800 National Guard troops in there to respond to crime rates that he said were out of control. Here we go.
And you people are victims of it too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know
this ninja just said the R word.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way!
YouTube
people and friends of
YouTube, please, YouTube. This is the commander-in-chief. Please don't be mad at me. He said it, not me. Let's continue.
Yours that happened, and so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live.
Word.
And feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something.
Newspaper.
And you don't have that now. The murder rate in Washington today is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth. Much higher. This is much higher. The number of car thefts has doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate, probably.
Yeah, basically what he's saying is all you ninjas are psychopaths. That's it. All you ninjas are psychopaths. But can we blame you? Shout out to the Fedi Gov. I always blame the current state of affairs when it comes to the minds of the people and the masses on the Fedi Gov. Shout out to the Fedi Gov. If you listen to my intro, I call them the function. Shout out to the function. And the reason why is because we have to speak in code, because if you go against them, they'll make you disappear. And if you don't believe me, there's perfect examples. There's a majority. There's a, what's the correct term to describe a lot of people or a large number? There is a, what is it, penumbra? No, there's a massive amount, okay? There's a massive amount. There are a lot of people who have disappeared for talking about the things the government has done to its people. Anyways, besides the point, here we go. And it's not just our government. It's all governments, guys. We're all slaves now. I mean, shout out to the black people. Y'all know what it is. It started with us first. But yeah, we're all slaves now. We're all slaves. We're all slaves to society. We're slaves to our jobs. We're slaves to the lives that we live. And the reason why, so everybody can be controlled. So that way we don't have an idea of feudalism again. So the best way to describe it is there's a reason why you don't actually control your kids and your kids can watch whatever they want. You can't actually discipline your kids properly because if you do, they can turn around and say you're abusing them. What else? I could go on for ages. Let me just stop right there. I ain't finna go on because like I said, when you're an intellectual ninja, in the modern society and even in past societies, you know, they tend to make you disappear, right? So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna play like I'm stupid. Let's continue.
And you people are victims of it too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal
thing. We all want a safe city. We want a safe capital. We want to be able to bring our families here. We want to be able to come and enjoy the history that makes this place great.
Oh, and also, shout out to this lady. I don't mean to stop her. No disrespect to Miss Lady. I don't know who you are, though. I'd have to see you up close. I'm assuming you're somehow in relation to the politics going on in Washington, D.C. But when they say we, guys, when they're saying we, no disrespect to anybody that's there if I ever meet you. This is all for entertainment purposes and social commentary only. When they say we, they're referring to their people, not you. They're referring to their people. So when they say we, they mean we, the people. No, not we, the people. We, the elite. Okay? That's what they mean when they say we. Always understand that. Put it into perspective. And like I said, the first step towards reality is acknowledging what's actually going on. Right? Nobody can make you put on the magic glasses. Nobody can force you to see what they see. But once you wake up to it, you sitting there like, I said it in my song. Go listen to the song Target Practice. I said it's all fake, even charity. It's all fake. It was all built by design to keep us stuck in the proverbial rat race. And the reason why is because if you stay in the rat race, you force society to move forward, and by forcing society to move forward, we create better civilizations and whatever the case may have you. But at the same time, the way our system works, the dominant class feeds off of the lower class. And like I said, I can go into this for hours and hours and days. I'm not going to do that. Let's continue.
Fortunately, we are not in that position right now. And Mr. President, I want to thank you for taking the step that we need right now to make criminals understand that they are not going to get away with it anymore. And I'm not going to stand here and go over and over the cases. But what I can tell you is this. I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't.
Now, what I will say is, and not to keep stopping her, I have to say my piece. What I will say is I don't necessarily agree with the gangs. I used to, right? Because I used to understand the whole, I don't want to reform, I want to rebel, but I don't agree with the gangs because the gangs stopped doing what they were designed to do initially. And what they were designed to do initially was protect the people. Now the gangs protect each other. So the best way to describe it is shout out to the police. If you didn't know, the police is a gang in itself, okay? Yeah, I said it. There was a case one time, guys. There was a case one time where the police literally, I guess one of the fellow officers told the higher ups or whatever that this other officer was being what's the correct terminology? He was being he was being shady. I can't think of the word right now, it's slipping my mind, but basically he was a corrupt officer. There you go. So he was a corrupt officer. So when that happened, the rest of the police force, right, and don't quote me on this, I'm paraphrasing of course, but the rest of the police force started putting dead rats at this ninja door. Ninja, come on, ninja. If that's not mafia shit, I don't know what is. So yeah, like I said, the gangs used to protect the community. The gangs don't protect the people no more. They protect each other. And I can't stand behind that because you were put in place as a deterrent, and it was a deterrent to go against the system. Now, I don't know what you ninjas do. You ninjas just sitting there abusing the power, ninja. Here we go.
Don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun.
What?
We all want a safe
city.
Hold up.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you if somebody has a gun on you, you can't touch them? What are you talking about? I'm telling you, bro. They'll sit there and lie to you to your face. If somebody has a gun on you, you can defend yourself. For example, if a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old, not to use this example, but I got to use this example. If they were a school shooter, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, you have obligation to use lethal force if you have to, if that person is taking out people. What are y'all talking about? And that's where I'm saying where our own people in power will sit here and gaslight us to oblivion. No disrespect to this lady. You know, she was saying the speech. We don't know whether or not she wrote it or they wrote it for her. I'm just saying, I'm begging the question. Let's continue because today's not about politics. I just wanted to let you guys know. Anyways, let's get into some more fun stuff. One more Law and Order with Blac Adam, and I had to bring this to attention. Shout out to my white brothers and sisters. We have the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, I don't know the severity of this, and I don't know whether or not this is true. So like I said, everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes and commentary only. But Law and Order with Blac Adam, people. So we have the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation announcing a new hormonal intrauterine device, IUD. Intrauterine. That was the first time I said that. First off, can I applaud for myself? I can't believe I said that. So a new hormonal intrauterine device, IUD, that can prevent pregnancy for up to 8 years. The first in the world to last this long. So it will be rolled out in countries like Kenya, Nigeria, and India with plans to bring it to more places later. Now, let me stop right there. Do y'all see what I'm talking about, bro? Why? And no, the show's not freezing. I'm asking because I want to say it properly. Why are they rolling this out in certain places where, you feel what I'm saying? Not to be stereotypical, but why not roll it out in your own community? I'ma say it.
Oh my God, no way.
And this where the conspiracy shit start coming into my head. Why not roll it out in your own community? If you believe in it so much, why not roll it out in your own community? Why not just roll it out in your own community? Unless there was a agenda behind it. But what would be the agenda? Now, I'm not gonna say whatever because I don't want them to arrest me for inciting terroristic acts or whatever the case may have you. But what I will tell you is there's always a reasoning to everything. So why would you not put it in your own community? If you create something that you're proud of, you know, you think it's gonna work, it's gonna be successful, would you not want to give it to your own community? Doesn't that make sense, or am I tripping? Does that not make sense? So it's very mind-boggling to me. Like I said, I consider myself somewhat or some form of intellectual. It's very mind-boggling to me when I see these kind of things because I'm always trying to put two and two together. And it's like, if you have this thing that you say you want to use, why not give it to the community? You know, unless you think you're giving it to the community that you think would benefit more from this. But why would this community benefit more from this unless you know some of the conspiracies that are being said on the net? And you know, people will always turn around and tell you, oh, a conspiracy is a conspiracy, blah blah blah. But I'm here to tell you, nothing unreal exists. Word to Jay-Z. Okay, nothing unreal exists. Anyways, let's continue, man. Let's switch it up because we got to bring it back to relationships. And shout out to everybody watching, man. Hit the like button, answer the poll in the chat. We got a man who admits to visiting the Blade 3-4 times a week. Ninja. Do you know what the Blade is, guys? The Blade is basically shout out to everybody in Texas. I'm in Texas right now. Shout out to Houston. What up, Houston? We in the building, Ninja. Shout out to H-Town. The Blade, or let me say it like this, Bissonnette is to Houston what the Blade is. I'm assuming this is Las Vegas. Is this Las Vegas? Wherever the Blade is to that given area, right? Bissonnette is the Blade. Okay, let's put it into perspective. Bissonnette is the Blade. Here we go.
You know, the past 10 years, you know, it's been like, it's my kryptonite.
How often do you go down there?
I go down there at least 3-4 times a week.
Mm.
This ninja horny, Ninja. This ninja is horny.
You know, yes. I love those young girls. You know, they're beautiful. You know, and it's like they should be on front cover of a magazine or something, you know.
Yeah, there's some beautiful girls there.
Man.
And a lot of them too, right?
Yes. Yes, and they
Now, we don't promote none of this stuff. We just showing you guys, cause I seen it, you know, somebody sent it to us. Shout out to whoever sent it to us. You feel me? We ain't promoting this. I'm just showing y'all. Here we go.
love me. You know, they call me OG. I'm there, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, hey, just don't mess me over. I will become a regular, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm just so hooked on them to where I can't just have just one, you know what I'm saying? I like all different shapes, sizes, and colors, you know?
Yeah, that ninja is a true definition of a trick, ninja. Here we go.
You know, the past 10 years, you know, it's been like...
Hold on.
Is this drug fueled? Are drugs part of the story?
Yes. You know, I smoke a little crack, but with the certain amount of girls, especially the young ones, they do crisp. You know what I mean? And I'll snort a line. You know, but them I don't.
Hey, man, first off, kids, if you're listening, cover your ears, kids. This is not for you. And secondly, believe in DARE, ninja. Believe in the DARE program. Don't do paraphernalia, ninja. It's not good for you. It's a revolving door. It's like a funnel that you can't get out of. Imagine a tornado and you're trying to get out. You can't get out because you're lifted up. And that was an amazing bar that I just dropped, but let's continue.
Smoke it, you know what I mean? But I just do one line, though. That's all it takes. You know what I mean? And we having us some fun. And, you know, they don't ask for the money till it's time to go. Usually they'll ask for the money
up front.
Yes, but since they see me so much, it's like, oh yeah, and they get satisfied, and you know, because they tell them don't mess with black people.
You've overcome that.
Yeah, hey, let me stop that right there. Look at that. Free education. Shout out to my ninjas. Ninjas, are you in here? Gentlemen, did you know that if you're of a darker complexion, they usually tell, you know, the escorts to not mess with you? Now, there's a couple reasons why, but what it is basically black men, for some odd reason, well, I can't say some odd reason because I've seen some of you ninjas wild out. We're considered more rough than the average man. And secondly, we're considered as if we don't want to pay for kitty cat. Now, I don't know why it's like that, but it's like that, bro. It is what it is. I can't save the world. I don't speak for all men. Ninja, don't come at me, ninja. Don't shoot the messenger, my ninja. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. So yeah, so they be like, yeah, don't deal with black men. Now, like I said, you know, behind closed doors, you know, like on the low ski, you know, women, they're like, I'm not gonna say we're the number one, cause you know, they'll have you believing like, oh, we're the most wanted man. We're not the most wanted man, right? This is what it is. So, and I didn't say this. Shout out to one of the content creators I listened to that kind of said this. We're not the most wanted man. We're just the man that's willing to put up with the most bullshit. Now, I know that sounds odd, right? That makes no sense, right? But follow me. The reason why we're willing to put up with the most bullshit is because when it comes to the black community is in a state of subserviency. And when I say subserviency, I say women run the world and we live in a gynocracy. But when it comes to the black community is ran as a matriarchy. Now, like I said, everybody don't get mad at me. Don't get your panties in a wad. And I'm talking to the ninjas. Don't get your panties in a wad. You know, I didn't make the rules, bro. I ain't make the rules. I ain't make the rules, but the proof is in the pudding, my ninja. The proof is in the pudding. Don't be mad at me. But I'm saying, so, yeah. So when you see women wanting to deal with us, what it comes down to, when I peep game, I just don't say nothing. And like I said, pimping ain't easy. This free game. I got these eyes. One thing God granted me that I used to ignore that I don't anymore is the gift of discernment. So I could see really well, right? So what it is because we're willing to deal with more bullshit, a woman in her head, and like I said, I didn't say this, shout out to the content creator that did, and it makes sense, so I had to bring it here. Women are willing to deal with us as their last resort, per se. Like, last resort, at the end of the day, they can always get one of us, ninja. So hey, ninja, I mean, you feel me? What you know, what do I say about that? Now, don't get mad at me. I'm just saying, bro, because he said it. Here we go.
Yes, you know, I act like I'm Cuban or something. You know what I'm saying?
You built
a little Spanish too.
He said he act like he Cuban. Hey, man, that ninja say he act like, hey, man, I consider myself a ninja. Shout out to the FBAs. I'm not an FBA. By FBA standards, they say I'm a tether, bro. They say I'm a tether. I'll just be like, all right. I'll be like, but yeah, based off of their standards, I always tell you guys, Papa Blac, my dad, I have Haitian ancestry and African ancestry in my DNA. I mean, if you couldn't tell. Hello. But yeah. So, you know, they don't claim me, but shout out to the FPAs, Ninja. Damn, Ninja. I don't be just telling people I'm Haitian, especially now that, you know, President Donald Trump, shout out to Code 47, bro. Especially since Code 47 came into the picture, bro. Yeah, nah, dog. Nah. Look, we got the flags and all. Shout out to America, the best country in the world, Ninja. You feel me? You feel me? Yeah, we ain't playing no game. Yeah, I ain't playing no games with none of you ninjas. Y'all niggas ain't finna deport me. I was born and raised in the county of Dade, Ninja. I'm not bullshitting though. You know, they could look me up. Y'all can look me up. I'm not bullshitting. All right, last thing before we get to the main event, man. Answer the poll, hit the like button. Like I said, I don't think I'm that captivating, Ninja. We're gonna get into